Hello. Okay, so I'm doing MTG Arena. I want to show off a deck that I have. I don't name them. Sorry. This commander deck, yes, I have vertical view. I know a lot of people hate that, but I hate this view. So I'm going to use it to show it off. Alright, so the idea of this deck is just Cascade. It's very simple. The commander has Cascade. Spells you cast with mana value 6 or greater have Cascade. I have plenty of 6 or higher. I have Omniscience, Pride of the Whole Cloud, whatever. The key to this is that these almost never get hit. I want to hit these. I want to hit my mana rocks. Specifically, I want to hit this. So that whenever I cascade, it always ends in that token. I want to get this out early as possible. I don't have any search in here because my cascade searches for me. I also have a couple X costs. This, if you have a creature on the field, you can make X 0. It's just a 2-cost counter spell. It's really good for this. I don't like playing the standard counter spells because I end up having them in my hand against creature decks that I can't counter anything worthwhile against. This is funny. This is the funniest card they could have possibly added to Alchemy because it pulls from all of Arena. You would never be able to play this in person. But making X equal to like something crazy like 17 is always funny. There's not many 17 cost cards, so I don't usually hit anything, but still, it's funny. This has won me games. Not from copying my cards, but because I completely steal my opponent's strategy sometimes. Always useful. I don't always get it. Got basic Signet. This has won me 1 or 2 games. That's just a basic search, so I can cycle for when I need to use this. So I have a couple that let me play from the top of my deck. Mainly these two. If I could run more, I would. I also have one with the multiverse. The only problem I've really had with this deck is either people popping off way before I do and just eliminating me within the first 3 turns, or my opponent quitting the moment they see me start to pop off. I have Ugin's Labyrinth here, by the way, solely because I can throw this or Drowner of Truth on it. It's the only 2 cards that can go on it. It's good to tap for 2, though, if you get this turn 1, because it doesn't enter tapped. And it prevents me from getting Thoughtseed this away or something like that. And then I have a couple of land recyclers with the Fabled Passage and Evolving Wilds and this thing. I'm not saying that word. Expanse. Something. Because I have Crucible of Worlds. I also have landfall triggers in here in some cases. Where are they? I have this thing. That's funny. Always funny. And I also have. Where is it? It's 3 cost. This thing. That's really funny. Getting those 2 out almost never happens. Here's the thing about this one specifically, though. Your cascades also remove the slumber counter, so I can remove 3 slumber counters with 1 cast if I have enough. But I'm going to go into some games and see if I'm able to get any noteworthy. This is funny. I always love time stopping them when it gets to their turns. They activate something or cast something. Here's the thing. If you activate a Planeswalker ability and I time stop in response, it still takes the minus. So I've shut down decks before because I tried to do the big minus, time stop. It still takes it away, but no effects happen. They don't get any boons or anything. And that's always funny, especially with some of the crazier stuff. that is in here specifically so that I can cascade while also having a artifact that I can tap for network terminal. Because I don't want to tap Manalith down if I have network terminal and I need that mana for after I use network terminal. I have a couple doublers, so I have Nyx Bloom Ancient and Virtue Strength in here because both of those are funny. Nyx Bloom Ancient a bit more because just as permanent, Virtue Strength requires it to be a basic land, which is it's great for its sorcery, but the enchantment's always funny. And I can make these things huge. So I'm gonna hop in some games. And we're gonna watch what happens. I've played with this deck before. I know what happens with it. I know how to work it. But it's fun. I'm hoping the audio quality is better now. I didn't check before I started recording. But in the last video, you hear it hiss constantly. That was annoying. Oh, they're playing bears. Not bears. I got it in the hand. That's my only blue right now, though. Might have to sacrifice it for blue. We're gonna play land. I'm just gonna play the basic forest. Because if I do get... Yeah, there it is. I would prefer not to play this as its land side. Because the other side is pretty good. And I do have a couple that tap for colorless, and having those two 0/1s would be nice. So I'm going to throw down... This usually scares them a little. Puts them on nerves. It does give me a delay though, because it does have a secondary ability for its corrupted side, and it wants to know if I want to activate that by tapping it. Even if it doesn't do anything, it'll keep stopping me. I don't know if that's a bug or not, or if that should be considered a bug. They don't have the poison counters to activate it, but they want to know if I want to activate it. And here's my commander. Okay. I didn't hit a mana rock, but this guy's funny. I try to use them in a couple undergrowth decks, but I don't have enough undergrowth cards to really justify it. And I tried. I really did. But I didn't have the materials to craft them into anything super useful in the deck. So, he's in this one though. Also bear. See, this is what I'm talking about. I have colorless. And that allows me to play another rock. And then I can throw Drowner of Truth on the field next turn. And then I can play this guy for 1, essentially. Do I have enough for that? That's 4 and 3, and that's... Yeah. I have 7. If I draw a land, then I can play him. Or if I cascade into... oh, that's not good. That's really not good. I might have to take the hit. No, they don't swing. Okay. Yeah, so I can Drowner of Truth. And then the funny thing is it says mana cost. So he gets registered as his original cost. Oh, that's funny. And they quit. This is the problem, is they see that or something similar get cascaded into and they quit. No balls. No. I sit through anything. I've sat through hour-and-a-half long turns from like artifact spammy decks where they go full colorless and they try to combo off into the whatever that one artifact is. You pay 50 life, deal 50 damage. Granted, those were in friendly matches, so I was sitting through it just because. Being polite and all that. But still. No, but because it says with a mana value of 6 of greater, I don't need to pay the full cost for him to cascade as an 11. Which is always nice. Alright, so I do have my commander next turn regardless of lands because You can untap my land, and I'd have 5. Even though I only have 4 generated on the field. They have something in response, and that's annoying. I don't have a lot of good responses to flyers. But here's the thing. There it is, reality ship. That's fun. You can see the top now. So I don't have a lot of responses to flyers. I do have a sandworm convergence in here, simply because it says you and planeswalkers you control can't be attacked by flyers, and that just shuts them down entirely. But the problem is it costs 8, which is a bit pricey. I usually get something on here. No, I don't like that. That's 4 damage already. And no blocker. That's annoying. I don't have reach. Okay, so I can play this guy. He counts as 11. But I'm gonna hit this. Which isn't great. I could do better. But having that 12 is fine. I don't have 3 mana to equip this to play lands from the top. I do have a land next turn. Or that would put me at 7, and then I can hull break. Now going to shoot +1/+1, so that's 6 damage on field. Just swinging at me right now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's gonna warn Power Stone. I don't like that. You know what? It's fine, it's fine. Puts me at 9, that's gonna put me at 10, and then I get Omniscience. And then I can just bootleg your stash for a second Cascade on top of Omniscience Cascade. I have Omniscience into... that's annoying. And they have the mana to exile it. Damn. Okay. Well, I have Omniscience into one with the Multiverse before, and that has gotten them to quit before. But they do have me on the ropes here. That's not Omniscience, but you know what? It's fine. That's Chase. Alright, I only have this in here because I have the loop with him. With, the... what is it called? The 6-cost Praetor, or... It does make people nervous, though, when I start to get him up, because they don't like Planeswalkers, especially Angel players. Because I do have the Ichor Gauntlet and Vorinclex in here for the infinite Jace glitch. We just, Ichor Gauntlet gives, if you don't know, I assume you know that it's, Ichor Gauntlet makes it so Planeswalkers have +0 to proliferate, and then they have -12, take an extra turn after this one. And then Vorinclex makes Planeswalkers come in with twice the loyalty counters because of the way he's worded. So he comes in with 6, and then I -5 him to create 2 more of him, who also come in with 6, and the same -5 ability. So I spam out Jaces, proliferate a couple of them, and the rest turn into extra turns. And then I just win because they can't do anything against that. Oh, that's cool. I don't have the mana for that. Oh, I can do this, though. How much would that get me? 1, 2... This is 2. I'm counting that as 2. And then the rest would be 1, 2, 3. I think I can do X equals 2? And then I can get that. Well, if I do this... Oh, hey, Urza's construction draw. I only have this for extra land power. That is really funny. Put it on this guy. And then put the other one on this guy. What do you mean? Oh. Oh! Submit one, and then submit the second one. Okay. As always, messes with me. Okay. And then I can attach this to this. I can play that, and then I can play this. Both of those are free. Then I can create a treasure token. Create a treasure token. Untap a permanent. Create a treasure token. That's always funny. And then Sandworm Convergence. There's my win. Provided they don't have a way to mill me, I play this and I win. Because I don't have a solution to that. I can free block with these guys, and it doesn't matter, because this will shut them down next turn. Provided they don't have enchant removal, which if they did, they'd probably hit the Omniscience first. This is a big one with 8 cost, and that will hopefully cascade into something I won't have. Mana Rock on top again. Because I like cascading into multiple things. The Mana Rocks are cool, but cascading Sandworm into a Nyx Bloom would be really fun. Is indestructible. I'm just gonna block with one. Doesn't have trample, so it stops there. Oh! This guy's fun. I can play him for free if I cascade. I'm gonna do it. Alternate cost. Doesn't cost me anything. This doesn't cost me anything. I realize that I get shut down by that one artifact that makes it so I can't cast stuff for 0, but almost no one runs that nowadays. Target enchantment. You don't get double strike anymore. This guy's funny. I'm about to draw my entire deck. Right. If they don't quit after this, they either have something crazy in hand. Alternate cost. Yeah, this is me popping off. That doesn't do anything for me. You know what? Do I want to do this first? I don't want to do that yet. Oh, there is a... Play this. Normal. I don't want to use my 0 cost thing yet. I get to play an extra land. So I can get to this guy. And I get a ton of life gain from this. Because Scoots. You can see why people quit against me, right? I use my 0 cost. Decline. That's not... I really wish I could have kept that card. I should have kept that card. No. Thing normal. Alternate. Cascade. Oh, hey! Cascading again. Oh. There's the start. See this guy? Oh! That's a nice card next turn. This is the problem, is my triggers might kill me because of time limits. I used to lose all the time because my computer wasn't good enough, and this would cause lag, and I wouldn't be able to do what I want. This is going to shuffle my deck, so I'm not going to get the Virtue of Strength, but I might get something else I can play. Nope. Okay. Wait. There it is. I forgot. Okay. Yeah, I've just won basically, but they're gonna sit through this. Will they actually? Take note of this name. They will actually, like, have honor. My name's also down here. But you can't friend me because there's a code at the end. I don't like that. Nice, thank you. I don't talk in the game. I don't use the little emotes. I refuse. If you say hello to me, I will stay silent. It's a legendary artifact, so you can actually then have to keep the original, get rid of the token, play this guy. Do I have mana for that? I do not. What if I untap him? That gives me enough mana. That's funny. No attack. And I get 5/5. And they can't attack with any flyers, and that's like their entire deck. So, unless they can get rid of that enchantment, which isn't the major problem. Oh, they just ran hard into that ability. Dang. Okay. I'm gonna do something crazy. They said good game, they're quitting. There it is. Yeah. They thought they had a solution, but Jingatex's Progress Tyrant took them out. They're not sitting through what I'm about to do. Which I will have ended them that turn regardless. But there's my XP. The deck is really funny. I really enjoy it. People do not enjoy playing against it. I also have, you didn't see this, but I do have this. So I can draw 3 cards. That's always fun. I do have Overslime. Overslime gives my search lands back from the graveyard so I can trick more landfall when it does happen. This is always interesting. That's always fun to play. Especially against like people who use the or that 2-cost artifact that draws an extra card at the beginning of the turn, but both players get to do it. This is the reason I was able to draw so much. This is ignored most games. Or in most decks. It's a really good card. It's the greatest power among creatures you control. That can be pretty high some games, especially when you have green in the mix. So that draws me a lot of cards. And then I can just play them usually, because by then I usually have stuff like Omniscience. This is also really good. I have some heavy toughness creatures, and I can just slap them all on the ground. I have this, and that's 15 cards at minimum with Last March of the Ends. That's always great. Draw 15 cards and put any creatures onto the field. People scoop to that a lot of the time. I have this. It doesn't show up a lot. It doesn't do a lot, but it's there. It's a good or block what you're doing. And you saw Jingatex's Progress Tyrant. This makes people quit so many times. Whole break. You saw that. Everybody knows what this does. Everybody hates what this does unless they're playing it. Because bouncing everything. Because the people who play this, like me, cast like 6 cards a turn. Because each of those cascades counts as a cast. It's, yeah. When you have cast a spell. It counts me as casting for 0, which is why that one artifact just stymies this deck entirely. This is funny. It creates a copy of whatever I choose. So if I had put this on this at the beginning of my upkeep, I would get another one with more counters every single time. And I will just continue to draw and play stuff on the field. Cleanup Crew is also something I copy with it because the ETBs are really funny on this card. Because just blasting an artifact every single turn. I don't often use its it's a search ability for a land. I don't use it often. It's not something I use. This is what I was talking about. Vorinclex Monstrous Raider. So my Jace Cunning Castaway comes in at 5, -5, and then or comes in at 6. I -5 it, and then I get 2 copies. And then or is it Ichor Moon Gauntlet? So that way I can get infinite extra turns. I don't often get that. I try to make a deck around it, couldn't get it consistently enough up. It's fun. You can see it's not super consistent, but it's consistent enough that the majority of the games I play with it do end in a win. So that's always fun. That is sort of a deck showcase I'm doing. So that's a deck. I'm switching this back to. I prefer this view over the other one. I don't know why. People hate viewing their deck like this for some reason. When I've seen it online, a lot of YouTubers have it in the horizontal. I prefer vertical. I think it has something to do with I don't like this being so small. But it does work as a good display. I'll give them that. But I've been yelled at before for having it like this instead of the other way when I'm just doing it privately. Apparently that's the thing that people don't like. So that's it. I just wanted to show that. I'm ending the video, so goodbye.